Om Namaste. Guess when we think about the yoga in modern time, Hatha yoga is the commonly or the widely practiced aspect of yoga. Or almost most people sort of synonym it or know yoga with the practice of asana, practice of kriyas or prakriyas, or the dynamic flow of the vinyasa, all these postures, the physical exercises. Now, the Hatha is a Sanskrit term that comes from the two roots, ha and ta. So the ha means the seer, the self, soul, the purusa, and then the ta is represented by the surya, the cosmic consciousness, the divine consciousness. So the union of ha and ta, the self with the higher, the divine or the cosmic self, is known as hatha, and using body as a tool or as an instrument. It also means the ha comes from the ha and ta comes from the lunar and solar, or the prana and apana. So these two opposite energies flowing into our physical and our pranic system, creating this polarity. When these two energies come or find their union, they become one, then we attain this absolute harmony or the balance or equanimity. So the hatha is the term for balancing our energies, balancing our autonomic nervous system, our sympathetic and parasympathetic, balancing our Surya and Chandra, balancing our yin yang, tai chi, prana, apana. And this is very interesting that these concepts of energies are actually almost in every spiritual or healing traditions that we have known. So in this way, yoga can be seen as the union. Hatha yoga. Hatha yoga is the union of our body, mind, and our breath and our consciousness through our hatha, our physical practices. Hatha actually also translates as vigorous or forceful. So you are really putting your body in a particular pose, a particular posture, and then holding it there. Now, I guess the difference in the vigorous word I tend to use as minimum as I can, because the concept of asana, concept of hatha is sthiram sukham asanam. So that steady and the comfortable place of our being is the asana, is the posture. So this concept of hatha yoga practices, the forceful, vigorous, strong, to really refine, to control our energies and then flow them inward. Now, as in Hatha Yoga Pradipika and then these Hatha Yoga, the scriptures, it mentions that the Hatha Yoga practices are to prepare our body, mind, and our senses for the higher practices. So in a way, the Hatha Yoga is not actually a goal, it's just a mean, it's a tool, it's the set of practices that prepare our body, mind, consciousness, and our pranic energies to be able to the higher practices or this divine cosmic energy or the experience itself. Otherwise, they can be quite dangerous. Also, the Hatha Yoga practices help us to remove the toxicity, remove all the imbalances, remove all these old injuries, and also the mental and emotional sort of stress, tension, and the trauma that we hold. So the Hatha Yoga practices can really help us, enable us to release or remove those traumas. And then we have the pranayama and then the mudra practices to not only enhance but also to channel these vital energy forces, so the energies flow inward and upward into the desired points of your chakras, your body, lungs, and your systems for your own healing. Now, I guess also Hatha Yoga practice has many dynamic ways to look at it. Some people follow it as a static asana, where they just hold your posture. It can be as simple as just sitting cross-legged sukhasana or balancing tree pose. So the Hatha Yoga can be practiced in standing, sitting, lying. Also lying on your front, back, and both your sides. Also, now we can adapt our Hatha Yoga practices. We can follow them on the chair or more comfortable way if we are not being able to do them otherwise. So the Hatha Yoga does have the opportunity and the options for us to adapt the practices, the tools, and these ideas. So that's just a little glimpse into Hatha Yoga. A couple of really beautiful scriptures that we have in Hatha Yoga, like our Hatha Yoga Pradipika. It explains, around 32 postures, mudras, and the classical pranayamas. We have Gheranda Samhita, another beautiful scripture explaining almost same sort of practices in a different time and in a different framework. We have Shiv Samhita also explaining some of the postures, pranayamas, and mudras. And we have Yagvalka Samhita giving us the list of 84 classical postures. So some of these are the key Hatha Yoga scriptures or the books. And then when we come to traditions like Gitananda tradition we follow in Sanatana Yoga, we have the tantric lineage that really brings a huge amount of richness of Hatha Yoga practices as kriyas, prakriyas, asanas, postures. And I guess, like we can have hundreds and hundreds of different sets of series of practices, the postures for working on our physiology, our mind, emotions, our chakras, our nadis. Om Shanti 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 Om.